Right, welcome back. I finally got a bit of a chance to get the little FIAT done, so this is going to be a quick masking job here, which I'm not going to film because you've seen me do it before. So we'll jump back in and get it masked up, and then a couple of coats of black, bit of black here, and then lacquer the whole front bumper, lacquer the wing. So let's get on with it. So as if by magic, that's it, ready to go. And as you can see, I've taped up the chrome trims, I've taped up the badge. Now in normal circumstances we wouldn't do this, but because it's only a wee cheap car and because it has various tabs, broken different things, it's not worth it. By the time I start buying badges at 80 quid or 100 quid and things like that, it's just not worth it. Make no difference to this wee car. So it's just going to get a quick coat. We'll pull the tapes off and get a look at it. Now obviously it's going to look very shiny compared to the rest of the car, but what I want to show you is just the paint going on. We'll take a look at it painted, and then we'll take a look at the car polished. So I'm going to put it on to a bit of a hyperlapse here, and you can watch me doing the paint. As usual, excuse the mask, so that's us with a coat of the paint on, a couple of coats of lacquer. I'm just going to let it flatten out a bit now. It's very warm today, so I'm going to turn the heat down a bit, and hopefully it all stays there. Put it on quite wet, so looking good. I'll come back to you whenever I start taking the tapes off. Okay, so final shot in the paint booth. That's all the tapes off, and as you can see from a distance anyway, lovely and shiny here, but unfortunately it's now going to make the rest of the panels look bad, as you can see there compared to here. So next step, it'll stay in here overnight, out tomorrow, and then get it down and get the seat out of it and get the wee repair done. So we'll catch up with me doing that. Also, I've went ahead and got the wheels touched in, repaired. They were all scuffed, so that's another wee job off. And even in around them small fog lights, there was a bit of rust, so I've got them painted just when I was doing wee bits and pieces here. So yeah, that's us for tonight. So you'll join me when we've got the car out of the paint booth here, and we'll take the seat out and get the seat repaired. So little Fiat 500, next day, got out in the sun, and I'm basically just starting with the giving it a bit of a buff all around the panel. So I've already done there, started on the door. So it's just polishing buff and a wee bit of polishing compound. So I'm not going to bore you with the video of doing it. Basically just going to run around it, give it a couple of coats. As you can see, even the quarter panel there already has come up great. There's still a few wee fine scratches which I'll touch in, but that was always going to be the case. So just to sort of show you, well, I'm sort of halfway around, but this is the before, so I'll show you it afterwards then. We'll give it a bit of a clean up and a wash as well, a wee bit of wax. Okay, you're going to have to excuse the noise in the background, but as you can see, the car's come up very, very well. Bit of a polish. I've been working on the seats I say still have a rip to fix, giving a bit of interior clean. So very happy with the outcome. So we'll get the rest of the car cleaned, the glass cleaned, and then we'll take a look at the wee seat, getting the seat out, and that should be it, nearly ready for its next owner. Okay, so I had a bit of a change of plan with the FIAT. I actually got it finished and up to that stage, and then I got a neighbour who was interested in it. So they actually took the car just as it was polished and finished. I never actually repaired the seat on it, so it went straight out, and it's actually gone now. So I never even got to really do a closing video on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add bits now off a bit of a project I've done for a guy in my work here, which is a Ford Ranger, and put a body kit and grills and basically just change the whole look of it. So I'm going to do that first, and then at the end of the video I'll put the prices down as to what I paid and what I got for the vehicles, the two bikes and the car, because it's all gone now. So hopefully you enjoy this. It's just an extra wee video. I didn't realize, I thought I was going to have more content on the 500 on it, but again, it was very popular, and as you've seen when it turned out, it was just it was basically snapped up, and it went to a good home. So that's what I wanted to happen. So have a wee look at this video, see what you think, and then at the end I'll come back and we'll take a look at the prices and things as to what like I say, what I got it for and what it actually went for. So enjoy this next part. So welcome back to another project. This vehicle here is one of my colleagues from work, and what we're going to do is just basically a one-day refresh. Going to update the grills and put some wheel arches and things on it, and also get rid of these stickers. I've actually started now. I've just taken one off the bonnet, and then obviously give it a polish. I'm just going to take advantage of the good weather that we have and start peeling the stickers off it. So this will be a fairly quick, just a wee simple turnaround. A few extra bits, grill chains, wheel arches and things like that. So hope you enjoy it. Right, okay, so welcome back. We've now got the garage with the truck. You last seen me, we were taking the stickers off, and I'm hoping to do this. I'll show you what's involved in the kit. So starting off with the eyebrow spoiler, sort of stone chip protector, goes on the leading edge of the bonnet. We'll have wind deflectors in this grey bag. They're the black strips that go along the front of the windows, just along the sort of top edges. So we actually have doubles. So this box here is a grill. The guy, when he bought the truck, was told there was a body kit with it, but he didn't know what was involved, so he went ahead and bought this grill. So I have this grill twice, and we also have wind deflectors twice. That's what they are. So we're going to have a look and see which is there any difference in them, which are better ones, and we'll fit them, and obviously then just sell on the other ones. Moving forward, we have, these are parts of the wheel arch on the bumper. Again, wind deflectors. We'll have headlight covers. We'll have tail light covers. That is a back bumper, because the back bumper in this one is all rotted out, and so it's already been painted as well. It was chrome, it was painted black, so the new bumper we got was black. So that's a brand new bumper, have to be fitted. And then again, all the wheel arches now, I've just ran into a problem. These two wheel arches were wrapped up and these two weren't. So as you can see, there's silver bolts in here. Now it is possible to fit them with bolts, but they're more for cosmetic purposes. And as you can see, they're missing here. And I've just ran around local auto part places trying to match them up. So I might have to fit these two afterwards. I'll see how I get on tonight. It just depends on timing. Originally I would have preferred to fit them because they're going to take the longest, and I have to put some sealer and things on them. So I think what we'll do is we'll just knock out some of the easy stuff that I can get done, all the light surrounds and the front grille, etc. Front eyebrow spoiler. So we'll have a look at all that, and then we'll get on to the wheel arches. So I'm going to put you on to the hyperlapse, and you can just watch the front of it being transformed. So enjoy. So starting off on the front of the vehicle, removing the front grille, and we're going to be fitting the new grille. So I've laid it out on a stand beside me, and I'm fitting the Ford lettering. It comes separately, so if you have a different coloured car, you can have the matte black background and obviously paint the Ford lettering to match the car. Black on black's what we're going for here, so I've clipped that all into place. Struggling a wee bit with some of the clips and bolts. This is a 2012 vehicle, so stuff's been on there for a bit tricky getting the old grille off, and I'm trying to take it off in one piece so it can be reused. But anybody that's tried to do it, there's a few tabs down the bottom, a wee bit awkward. But anyway, we get it sorted. Then moving on to the headlights, I'm now on to the polishing up the headlights, giving them a bit of a clean, a bit of a refresh, and then we're sticking on headlight covers. These are just around the outside of the headlights, so they don't interfere with any of the light, and they just slightly cover up the indicator a bit. It basically changed the profile of the headlight, how it looks. So I'm in the garage now, hunting everywhere, trying to find a sealer gun, and the headlight covers installed with double-sided tape, like most of the other bits of body kit. But I just putting a wee bit of extra sealer on just to hold them in place to make sure whenever they're power washed, etc., they don't come off, or whenever the sun's beaming down on it, double-sided tape can heat up. So just to make sure 100% that they're not coming off. And again, doing that on both sides, driver and passenger. Then moving on to the grille. The grille goes on the front, sorry, not the grille, the bonnet lip that goes on the front edge of the bonnet, and it's on with just some wee metal clips. It's designed in such a way that it goes on and it doesn't damage the bonnet or the paintwork. However, they're not the best secured of clips. A couple of wee grub screws in each one. Pretty tricky, using masking tape to sort of get it where I want it to be, line it all up, and then you have to start tightening and adjusting everything. I also, again, used a bit of sealer on the wee brackets just to make it a bit more secure. We'll have to see how that sort of holds up, particularly with opening and closing the bonnet and things. You have to be careful with it. So we'll move forward a wee bit and look at some of the rest of the kit. Okay, so that took a wee bit longer than I expected, but as you can see, very nice outcome. Silly things, you'll have seen me, I've probably talked you through it, just buffed up the headlights. Wee things that you probably have to do, you don't expect to do, you know, the headlights can go pretty green, so there's no buffing it then once we put them covers on. The grille, the wee vents, or the wee poppers down the bottom, the sort of, half of them are destructive whenever you're coming apart, they're just on there too long basically. And then this bonnet eyebrow, quite tricky, lining everything up and trying to get it all in place. And then there's little clamps that go up underneath with these wee covers go on over them. So I still actually might put a tiny bit of sealer in them just to improve them, but as you can see, it totally changes the front of the Jeep. We'll probably change the number plates. The number plates looking a bit grubby, and I might actually move that down a bit out of the way. I'll see what happens, but very effective. Probably about an hour and a half's worth. I could probably do it a wee bit quicker next time, just knowing what I needed to do, and then looking for silly things like a sealer gun. Share a garage, and unfortunately, as you can see, sometimes it's a bit of a treasure hunt trying to find everything. So we'll move on another wee bit. I'll probably go on to the backlights now, do them, they'll be very quick, and then we'll start having a look at the wheel arches. Okay, so we'll move on to the back. Light guards. So, same idea as the front. I've already cleaned down the lights and These are double-sided tape. 3M. Whatever make it is, copying it. These are simply stuck on. Well, what I'm actually going to do is I'll put a wee bit of sealer in just in a few points, just to make sure, because I don't entirely trust that tape all the time. I don't want to lose anything, so I'll get a blade and we'll just trim the red backing off this, put a bit of sealer on it, and then offer it up. Okay, so ready to go. Bit of sealer and then the double-sided tape, and then it's important just to line it up and then go the first time. So that's one side. So we'll go ahead with the second side. Same again. We're running out of light, so see how we do with time. So side two. Same again, double-sided tape, bit of sealer, and then just line it up and going for it, pretty much. Okay, so happy with that. That fairly changes the back. So let's have a look at probably the back bumper now. I think we'll have a go at it. Right, so I've jumped a wee bit ahead. What we're looking at now is the wheel arch kit put on the front side anyway. So this one section here, a couple of screws down the back. There's a small bolt underneath there, 10mm it goes. Now they don't fit the neatest. There's double-sided tape, and I'm using a bit of the flexible adhesive as well. But I've sort of got it sitting where I want it to sit now. The tape's on just to keep the double-sided tape to stick, and then obviously the flexible sealer's in there as well, which will allow it to dry a bit. So quite awkward, quite messy, and not really anything to see. Say properly, if you were going to do it and do a permanent addition, what I would do is drill through the body of the car and put rivet nuts in, and then bolt it to it. But it's designed in this way here to be done like this, which, yeah, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's effective. It changes the look of the car. I've also had to trim the top of the mud flap off there just for it to fit. but everything is all closed up and put in, so I'm going to crack on here and get the back one on here, and then obviously the other side will just be a repeat of this side. So I'll keep going and I'll come back and show you with it stuck on. As you can see, I have everything out sitting in the sun here, just softening up, makes it more flexible for sticking onto the panel. Okay, so results are in. This is pretty much I can show you a side profile of the truck and the backlights. So front grille, small wee section on the bumper, the wheel arch, which was pretty tricky to fit. I've actually used sealer on that as well, and the rear wheel arch. And then moving back to the tail light covers, which you've already seen. Still a back bumper to go on, so quite a difference. You can see how far it sits out, and probably what I might do is put spacers in the wheels, don't know yet, but fairly changes the look of the vehicle. Bit tricky with the plastics, even with them sitting in the heat, but I think it's getting the desired effect. So I'm going to crack on with the other side now. As I say, it's virtually screws, double-sided tape, and these ones are cosmetic. However, I think if I was ever doing one for somebody again, I would just bolt them in and be done with it, you know, be awful lot quicker. But we'll carry on and get another look when it's all finished. Okay, so that's all the body kit on. Front arch. It's just a wee bit of sealer on that one, so it's just that tape's just holding it in place till it dries a bit better. Rear wheel arch with the cutout for the fuel flap, just about to tackle the rear bumper. Hopefully that's not too bad, because that bumper there is pretty destroyed. And then this side here as well. So it's taken a good bit of time. Definitely hasn't taken one day. This is my second day on it now. It's been spread out a bit, so tricky enough. Like I say, I think next time I would just put the holes through it and actually put the rivet nuts in it. But well, that's protected the car should it ever be taken off for any reason. So yeah, I'm going to bring it round, I'll get the bumper on, we'll give it a wash, and then I'll just do a final 360 of it. But pretty much that's it. And we'll see what he thinks of it. I'm sure he's going to be quite surprised the way it's turned out. It's totally changed the look of the vehicle. Even down to the light covers there. A lot more modern. What do you think? Drop it in the comments, tell me what you think of it. So that's it, job's finally finished. I've actually brought down to work, returned it to my colleague who has seen it, very happy with it, and we just had to finish the back bumper, so I'm going to show you on the back. That's the new back bumper fitted with the parking sensors. So 2 bolts on either side of that's actually mounted to the tow bar, but the bumper was completely and totally rotten, so I ended up actually had to cut 2 squares here on each side of the bumper, which allowed me in with a socket to get to the bolts, and lucky enough I was able to snap them, force them to snap, which gave me the ability to pull it off then in bits. So yeah, new bumper then back on. Like I said, I'm going to get them to get some number plates around and change the plates, so I've only just stuck them on there with double-sided tape, and then he probably tidy up just the tow bar and things. Just need a wee bit of a wash. But final walk around, yeah, very happy. Something anybody again could try if they wanted, and relatively inexpensive, the body kits. I think there's lots of different options for them, but yeah, let me know, give me a thumbs up if you like the content, if you liked watching it transform. I'm going to put some before and after pictures of the different angles of it, just to show you the difference, just to remind you. And if you like what you see, there'll be other videos coming forward in the future. I know this was only a wee short one.
Also got the Z3, things like that. I've a couple of other videos which I'm doing at the minute, a bit of work to them, so stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed before, please consider subscribing. It's a free thing. It just gives me a wee bit of motivation to make videos and to interact with people. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.